In a significant development, the University Grants Commission has taken a policy decision to allow higher education institutions to admit students twice a year, in January, February, and also in July, August, from the next academic year. And this biannual university admission, the UGC feels, will help students maintain motivation even if they are not able to get admission immediately. We are being joined by Professor Jagadesh Kumar, UGC Chairperson, to answer some questions. Professor Kumar, appreciate your time here on NDTV. Let me begin by asking you why this shift and what is the rationale behind this move?
The current UGC regulations permit our universities and colleges to admit the students only once in an academic year. So typically in July, August, the admissions happen and the academic year ends in May or June. But however, many students who miss the admission in July and August, they had to wait for one full year. So we wanted to see if biannual admissions are permitted in the universities, what will be the response of the students? So we first tried it in the online and distance mode education. Last year, we took a decision that in all the 80 universities which offer the online programs, let us permit the biannual admission also. And, for our surprise, we found that in July 2023, in the first cycle of the admission in the online programs, about 20 lakh students joined. And when we did the second cycle admission in January, nearly 500,000 students joined. If we did not offer them admission in January, they would have been forced to wait for next July for admission.
Okay. And Professor Kumar, there are a lot of questions that are being asked by the students in particular. And so we here on NDTV decided to open the phone lines. Our first caller is Akshat from Hyderabad. Akshat, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, I'm Akshat from Hyderabad. I just have one question. So with any new scheme in India, especially one at this level, there's always a fear of retaliation or the fear of students by and large not being able to adjust to it. So I kind of heard you say that you have tried this at a few places. So in the long run, do you see families, parents and students accepting this as a new model of admissions? Certainly it's good, but this fear of non-acceptance, how do you
Professor Jagadesh Kumar, basically, let me rephrase it and ask this question. Did you take all the stakeholders on board, particularly students and their parents?
You see, biannual admissions is a global practice. In all global universities, admissions are done twice in a year. Only in our country, we admit the students only once. So what UGC has done, after seeing the response of the students in the online programs, we wanted to provide a similar option to the universities which are offering the programs in the physical mode. So this is not a mandatory requirement for the universities to offer biannually. Only those institutions which have the required infrastructure and the faculty members, if they decide to offer biannual admissions, this option is available.
Okay, so there is another caller we have, Professor Kumar. This is Arun Kumar from Coimbatore. Go ahead, Arun, ask your question.
Very good evening, sir. Hope everything is fine there. And my question to you is, based upon this new education policy, I would like to know how the states which are not implemented the new education policy will adopt, say, for example, a candidate doing or pursuing her final year based honors, and who is eligible for an doctorate immediate after that. And the state she wants to pursue her doctorate. Will that be inconvenient for the candidate to pursue her doctorate?
Okay, sir. Okay. Professor Jagadesh Kumar? Yes.
Yeah. You see, currently we conduct a UGC NET, which is required to get the junior research fellowship twice in a year. And since that now we are permitting the universities biannual admission, PhD admissions can be easily done twice in a year. So it will be highly beneficial to the students.
Okay, so the idea is that it will benefit the students. If I may also ask, was it part of government's strategy which it has been talking about in keeping with international standards and also keeping in mind some kind of demand from the students. So was there some kind of demand from the students?
You see, it is our national requirement to increase the gross enrollment ratio. And this is also a strong recommendation of NEP 2020. So it is our social responsibility for the higher educational institutions to increase the student intake. So if you have admissions happening twice in a year, and if you effectively utilize the available infrastructure and the teaching faculty, we can actually admit more students and reach out to more students across the country. And that's the idea behind permitting the universities to admit the students biannually.
And what is the response that you have got from the universities at present? I mean, are they all on board or are there some objections as well? Because, there is a preparation which has to be put in place for this.
Absolutely. And that is the reason why UGC has given it only as an option. Universities will require some time to plan on how to introduce this biannual admission process, and only those universities which are in a position to offer biannual admissions will offer.
Okay, so we have another caller joining us. We'll connect to him in just a bit. But Professor Jagadesh Kumar, the timing, I mean, why have you taken this call right now in the month of June?
Oh, well, at some time of the year, we had to take this decision. And if it is a biannual admission process, the July-August is a conventional admission process anyway. The universities, if they want to admit in January, they still have 6 months' time to plan. And that's the reason why we wanted to announce it as quickly as possible.
See this as a huge shift in university admission processes, or how will the administrative departments of these universities keep pace with this?
You see, the July-August admission process are anyway taking place across the country every year. And those universities who want to admit the students in January, they of course need to plan. They need to discuss with the teaching faculty and then plan the whole thing, the entire admission process. So it is doable, but some universities may adopt it now. Some universities may adopt it later. So there is no time restriction on when they can adopt the biannual admission process.
And any word for the students, if they are getting worried, what will it really have in terms of immediate impact on them? Will it be friendly, or should it be about, should they get skeptical about it?
There is absolutely no need to worry. It is an additional option that is being provided to the students. We believe in providing more flexibility, freedom, and choices to the students. And it is for the educational institutions to grab these opportunities and expand the educational opportunities to the students across the country.
All right, Professor Jagadesh Kumar, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining here on NDTV and explaining the import of the decision that has been taken by UGC.